Hi, folks. I'm Jamie Hiles.
I'm Lydia Judy.
And I'm Larry.
Okay, this is Creep Bloody Movies, the podcast where we review a horror movie each week, go over the horror news. And Derek, why are you Larry?
It was the first name that popped in my head.
Oh,
I can spell it, unlike Raoul, so I try to stay away from that one.
Raoul is literally 4 letters.
I know, it's R-A-U-L, right?
Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it. Raoul. You got it.
But Larry's so much easier to spell.
So, guys, tonight we're going to jump back into the world of James Wan and Lee Whannell's Saw franchise with Saw 2, the creatively named Saw 2. But first, Saw fingers. But first, we're going to hop on to some horror news. So guys, I've got some interesting horror news. I've got one piece here that I'm going to open with, which is not something we normally do on the show. You know, we usually just talk strictly about the horror news. But this is pretty cool. This is from Bloody Disgusting. So, you know, the Toxic Avenger remake is coming out this week. And it's being distributed by Bloody Disgusting, right? So, they partnered. This is a cool concept. So, instead of spending the rest of the marketing budget on the marketing, they decided to do something a little different, which is they're teaming up with Undue Medical Debt, and they're going to put $5 million towards helping people pay off medical debt with undue medical debt.
That's fantastic.
That is absolutely amazing.
And then they also said that for every $1 million that the movie makes at the box office, another $1 million in debt will go up in toxic smoke, as they put it. This debt relief partnership, it says, is possible thanks to the partnership between Cineverse and Undue Medical Debt, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families least able to pay burdensome healthcare debt. So that's pretty fucking awesome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Kind of gets me emotional a little bit. That's pretty great, right?
It does. It makes me emotional, like, with rage that you can literally be dying, but hey, we'll take your house.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, like the fact that people are suffering with this debt is just a huge problem in itself.
Yeah, it is amazing, though.
People helping, like, a cool movie like this is like, that's what makes your heart happy right there.
Yeah, just the fact that, you know, that they obviously didn't have to do anything like that, but they just thought about it, you know, and made this partnership, and that's pretty crazy, pretty cool. I'm happy to support them. Go see Toxic Avengers. Help people, you know, lower their medical debt. Make it go poof. Now maybe you should do one for student loans and help the rest of us out as well. Lydia, this next piece of horror news is just for you. We are getting a season 2 of the Creep tapes, and they'll be released on Shudder this fall.
Right, about that.
I know how you feel about these.
They creep me out. Okay.
Yeah, they do. It's one of those that get you. There's something I've got to tell you off mic regarding this. That's actually kind of interesting.
Creepy.
That we talked about. Yeah, might have to do with a particular project we're working on. But you'll see. I'll tell you about it off mic. Just remind me.
Okay.
But yeah, the Creep movies are great. The Creep tapes got good reviews in the first season, so now they're doing a second one. And, you know, that's fun. Lydia's like, sure, fun. Guys.
No comment.
This news is, just fucking wild. That's all I can say. So, Nicolas Cage has a new movie coming out, right? From Magnolia Pictures. And we got a crazy, mysterious teaser trailer for it, but, it's starring Nicolas Cage and F.K. Twigs. It is called The Carpenter's Son, and it's described as a Jesus Christ horror movie.
Yes.
Did you say a Jesus Christ horror movie?
That's what I said. Here's what it says. The film tells the dark story of a family hiding out in Roman Egypt. Known only as the boy, the son is driven to doubt by another mysterious child and rebels against his guardian, the carpenter, revealing inherent powers and a fate beyond his comprehension. As he exercises his own powers, the boy and his family become the target of horrors both natural and divine. So, Lofty Nathan is the writer and director of this, which excellent name, by the way. And apparently, yeah, it's like just Nicolas Cage is playing the carpenter, F.K.A. Twigs is the mother, and Noah Jupe is the boy. What are you guys feeling about this?
I have absolutely no idea. What's going on?
I feel like people are just competing to get Nicolas Cage. Like, what can I write to get his eye?
It's the Cage Assance.
Dude, I spent a half hour after I saw this thing trying to figure out more, like, what the fuck what is this? And basically that synopsis is all I can find in the trailer. So
I'm interested.
It's some kind of, like, biblical horror movie starring young Jesus, I guess. Wild! So,
You guys remember Young Einstein?
yeah, I remember young Einstein. He invented beer.
I put bubbles into beer.
Yeah, yep. Young Einstein. Used to watch that all the time when I was a kid. Young Frankenstein, obviously, is way better. But,
well, yeah.
It's
anyway, Lydia, if you've never seen it, it's worth
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's a silly 80s comedy.
It is.
Think of, like, Bill and Ted style. But not
he
as good
made,
as Bill
like,
and Ted.
3 crazy-ass movies that are... I can't think of the other ones. There was...
Yeah.
Young Einstein. There was one about... Was he also a musician in Young Einstein?
Yes. Yes. He played the guitar, electric guitar. He invented, like, the electric guitar. Wild stuff, Young Einstein. Derek, this one's for you. There's a new movie coming out. The trailer just dropped. It's a horror comedy from Blue Fox Entertainment called Scared Shitless. It's about plumbers fighting toilet monsters.
You killed him.
God damn it, man. How has our movie not been accepted by somebody to make?
Here, let me show you this.
Somebody, huh? Oh.
Who?
Well, it's pretty good, actually.
Let's move on. This is
Look,
depressing.
Here you go, Derek.
I hate that.
You guys don't want to watch Scared Shitless. I thought you'd be stoked, Derek. Sounds like a movie you'd pick for us to watch.
I mean, I might pick it for us to watch, but at this point in time, I'm just sitting there thinking those funds could have went
To Secret
to our
America.
movie.
Yeah.
Instead, it's a pile of shit.
Scared Shitless. That's pretty creative and funny.
It
All right.
is pretty funny, actually. I will watch it, and I will make us watch it.
Yeah, it's right up your alley for sure.
Great.
That was not an
Right up
exaggeration
his-
on Jamie's behalf.
Back alley.
Yeah.
Satan's Alley.
The poop shoot. The old poop shoot.
Have you guys seen
All right.
Satan's Alley?
No, it's a
With Tobey
classic.
Maguire.
And Kirk Lazarus.
Kirk Lazarus, yep.
9-time Academy Award winning Kirk Lazarus. So James Wan was talking about the future of the Conjuring franchise with what publication was this? He was talking about the future of the Conjuring franchise and stated that he's felt like, because basically the question was, is this the end? And he's basically saying yes. We don't want to be doing this 20 movies down the line where we've driven the franchise into the ground. We love the idea of going out with a big bang whilst everybody is still in love with the world, so on and so forth. He said, we've been doing this for 10 to 12 years, and I think it's nice to just take a break from it, a big break from it. So, if we're to believe him, he's saying that this is the end of this at least this portion of the franchise. This is it. And he also said that it was important to end with the Smurl case, which is, in real life, canonically, was the Warrens' last case, at least the last case that they wrote a book on and stuff. It was one of their last investigations. But it was also the first movie, the movie The Haunted from the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
the TV movie, was the first movie that he saw that had Ed and Lorraine Warren as characters in it. That's what introduced him to them, so he felt it was a good way to wrap everything up. He also says, because by the time when this movie comes out, the character of the daughter is an adult, and in real life she goes on to do paranormal investigations. So they're basically asking, is this like the backdoor pilot for this? He's kind of waffling, saying, well, that's not really we're focusing on this, but I don't know what the future holds. It would make perfect sense if it were, never say never kind of thing. It'd be perfectly natural for this. So there's probably a world where we get more of these Conjuring movies with her as a character, is what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And then,
I hope that there is
I guess.
I'm going to give some free advice to the HBO executives. If I were them, I'd be like, guys, we're going to create a miniseries. It's going to have like 5 seasons about the Warrens. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that? Come on, HBO.
Obviously nobody, because they keep making these movies, Derek. You don't make that movie.
HBO, listen to me.
And then finally, this last bit of horror news. You ready? Remember a while back we talked about the film Good Boy. Do you guys remember this?
Yes.
Kind of.
The horror movie that takes place from the perspective of the dog, and the dog's the main character.
Yes.
Good Boy. So, Good Boy was originally supposed to have a very limited release, but this movie went viral when people started finding out about it. People started researching it. So now this thing is getting a nationwide theatrical release starting October 3rd.
Wow.
And the best part is the dog in the movie is the director's dog.
Yes.
So
happy. It makes me so happy.
I really want to see this movie. I think that's one that we'll have to check out for sure. I'm excited that it's getting a full, theatrical run. That should be fun. I hope it cleans up at the box office. People need stories about dogs because dogs are good.
Dogs are the best.
What do you guys think?
I'm interested to see what it. I want to see a trailer.
I saw a trailer.
The trailer
and it
is
looked
out.
Really
trailer
good.
is out. Yeah, it does look good.
It does.
Trailer
look
is
really
out, and it's such an interesting concept, such a smart idea, very creative idea, very smart. I love that.
It looks unique for sure.
Yes, I love that. And that wraps up horror news. All right, guys, you ready? Picture it. It's 2005. You come out of, you're watching the TV. You see the trailer for this. You're like, oh, this looks cool. Your phone buzzes. You pull out your razor, and you see who texted you. Flip it open. Ah, Derek. And Derek says, sup. And I'm like, sup. It's 2005. This is how it worked. Razors were all the rage.
Wait a second. When did texting really take off?
Around that time.
Right around
2005, 2006. Yep. Why are you Googling this? I was texting people in high
He's
school.
the research guy.
This just
Hey, Jamie,
says around
tell me
the
about
mid
texting.
2000s.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
would be, what's the midpoint of 2000, Derek?
Well, 2005. I was hoping for more. That's just a very general statement. I was hoping
Yeah.
more for. The reason I say that is I remember the very first. I'm a little sidetracked here, but that's okay. It's our show. So I remember watching the first person that I knew text, and I was like, "That is so stupid. Why don't you just call the person?"
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people were probably feeling when that started happening.
I did. Yeah, I mean, honestly, when it first was a thing, I would call when I had my very first cell phone, which was like a little, Motorola. Nokia, yeah, like this big. And, I texted my high school girlfriend on it and whatever.
Yeah.
But, and we called. Mostly it was to call and for her. But I remember when I got my Razor, when I got the Razors, that's when it happened. Yeah, that's when we would, because I would say,
Yeah.
"Oh, Joey," and it would be like, "What's up? What are we doing today?" Though mostly I still would call Carrie every morning or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It really
this
was. It only mattered like how many minutes you had available to you. Who could you call? Who could you?
versus
you
who
might-
you could text.
You might be stuck with the landline.
Yep.
And for those, younger viewers of this amazing podcast, back in the day, we had corded phones. We couldn't
Yeah.
move too far away from the wall.
Yeah.
Unless you had one of those really long cords that you could, stretch across the house.
Yeah. And if you had internet, you can't use the landline.
Nope, not at the same time. And that's probably how some people first saw the trailer for tonight's film, Saw 2.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, you're probably right.
do you guys remember the first time you guys watched Saw 2?
2? Nope.
Nope.
I think I do.
Lee?
I think yeah. I was pretty young when Saw 1 came out. So I remember, probably several years after, I was like, man, Saw looks so scary. I mean, that in my head, Saw was the scariest movie that had ever come out. And I remember asking my parents, have you seen it? Is it, the scariest thing ever? Am I gonna, die after I watch it? Or something, and they were like, I think you'll probably be okay to watch it.
Little did you know, you'd be more scared of Scream than
Yeah,
Saw.
yeah. I was already traumatized. I don't know why they were. I was just and I heard people talking about it, and people were like, "Oh, it was so scary. The guy cuts his foot off. It's so bad. Oh my gosh," all this hype. And the second one comes out, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should go ahead and watch the first one so I can watch the second one with my friends, So I do remember watching them both. I think I watched them both together, within,
back to back.
I don't know if it was back to back, but it was in a week's time probably that I watched the first one and then the second one.
Did you watch it on DVD?
Yeah,
Yep.
and I did tonight as well.
Yeah. So first time I watched this was a rental, because the first Saw movie it was a big hype, big how to do. I didn't go see it or anything. And then my parents brought it home. We talked about this in the thing, and I watched it. This one I rented when it came out, because I didn't go to the theater to see it either. I could have. It was 2005. I was of age, but I don't know. I didn't go see it. So I remember renting it and watching it up in my room and thinking, it's solid, which is kind of how I feel today. We'll talk about that. First things first, let's get it out of the way. The editing.
My gosh.
The editing is
Some of it,
gosh.
is real rough.
hyper 2005 and hyper Saw. It's a Saw on steroids. Some of it gives me I'm like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
100%. I think it's so funny.
It's aged horribly. Yeah.
They're like, this is the scariest thing.
Dude, the funniest to me, I'm going to tell you right now, the funniest thing to me, the funniest part, I laughed, is when, so at the end, towards the end when the Tanamount's going on and they're trying to escape and, he takes Jigsaw and Jigsaw's going to lead him to the proper, house or whatever, supposedly, and they're driving. Then it shows the other one driving, and this footage is just sped up. I fucking laughed out loud. I was like,
I did too. I was laughing a lot just because of the editing in this movie.
It's hyper freaking wild.
That driving literally was so funny, though. And he's just like, what's over there? Go this way.
Yeah. Go there. My son better not die.
Punch.
Which way do we go? Punch.
Like, the detective work in this movie is
we're gonna get
shoddy.
into it. Let's actually talk about the characters. That gets me. Let's start with that. Well, let's talk about the setup, I guess. The setup is, detective, Eric Matthews, who we find out is corrupt, but a detective is investigating another jigsaw crime scene, and he finds a message to himself about him, and he ignores it just to find out that his son, who earlier had got arrested, is missing and has been kidnapped by Jigsaw. So once they find Jigsaw first, because how he does this, like he dreams about it, right? How does he find Jigsaw real fast?
I took it as he was. I mean, I do it all the time. Like I lay in bed and I think about work. And
and you think about it. That's
putting things together. I don't know that he was dreaming. I think he was like mentally visualizing, like putting everything together.
Yeah, and he was doing it through the power of speed editing.
Yeah, exactly.
But and then he finds out that his son's taken, so he has to play the game. What do we think about these? And at the same time, he finds out that the game is being broadcast on there's a television that's broadcasting. Derek, for real. But the game is being broadcast on the TV, and it's showing a group of what do you call them? Jigsawlians, I guess. I
don't think that's what you call them, but
his little puppets that are playing the game, his pawns in the game. That's right.
Sure.
Jigsaw pawns, even though a jigsaw is a puzzle, so it doesn't make sense. But anyway,
we'll call them victims.
Yes, but he doesn't call them victims because you see, they're not victims.
I mean, he also doesn't adopt the name of.
He's not.
Yeah,
Jigsaw.
he also doesn't.
They call him Jigsaw.
But that's what I was going to say. He doesn't adopt that. He doesn't take that name.
He is John Kramer. But let's talk about these characters. So, first of all, we know Tobin Bell as Jigsaw is great, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Puts in a great performance here too, I think.
What? I was trying to save you guys because I just got shit for it, and now I'm getting shit because I covered it up.
No, it's not. It's the way you covered it. That's so perfect. You went,
I'm just gonna let it fly. I don't even care. I'm not even gonna try to hide it anymore.
It's so good. It doesn't matter.
We're gonna switch to mornings. Then I'll be morning.
Anyway, it's wild.
Just deep breaths.
I'm just gonna turn my camera off.
But so, what do you guys think of Detective Matthews and Donnie Wahlberg, particularly as Detective Matthews?
I think like he does really, really pretty well in the first half of the movie, and then it starts slipping a little bit, and like as a performance where it starts to lose me a little bit. But that's just me. I do like him in this a lot, and I remember watching him in this and being like, "This guy's pretty cool." Like when I was young.
He is so typecast.
Yeah.
He plays a detective in everything he does.
Yeah, always cops. Yep. Or New Kid on the Block.
Yeah. So it had been a long enough time. This is kind of like a first watch. I've seen this movie, but I've only seen this movie maybe one time, and it was maybe in like 2007. Like it's been a really long time. So I thought he was okay, at the beginning, and I didn't really, I'm along for the ride. as it's developing that he's a corrupt police officer. So I was like, interesting take, for sure. Go ahead, get it out. Go ahead.
No, I think he's fine. I think he's okay. Like I agree with you, Lydia. Like it's the back half is a little rougher, but I think it's more because his character just becomes more shittily written.
Yeah.
No, like dissing on the writing. I'm just saying, like his character's point is he has to, in order for the movie to work, he has to not play by Jigsaw's rules. So it's super frustrating because you're like, just take a step back and a breath, but instead he's like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, and you're like, oh god damn it.
Yeah.
What do you guys
You're
think?
falling into his trap that he wants you to fall into.
Yeah, and it's so obvious, right? It's so obvious of a trap. So obvious of a trap.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating. What do you guys think of Shawnee Smith as Amanda?
Amazing.
Yeah.
She's fantastic. When some of these scenes, I was like, ooh, she does so good in this. It does seem a little obvious on a.
That's what I was going to say. It is pretty obvious, isn't it?
They do a lot of cuts of her face being like, yeah. Like,
did you remember that she was Jigsaw's accomplice, Derek?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
It's she's great in the movie. She's great. And
she is.
I remember watching this for the first time, and I like the idea of a Jigsaw survivor being like in the trap again and like trying to help everybody out. And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. And I remember watching it and being like, oh, she's bad. She's a bad guy. She's with Jigsaw. Like, there's just no way that, you know what I mean? I was like, it's just pretty obvious. But still, it's a fun ride. The rest of the characters are just something else. So here's a little bit of backstory before we go into the characters. This is interesting. This movie's written and directed by Darren Lynn Bousman. And what's interesting is the script for Saw 2 actually was not a Saw 2 script. It was for an original horror film called The Desperate. Oh. And there's a line in here where he talks about The Desperate. But that's what this... So the Saw framing came after the main house stuff, with some tweaking, obviously, was like a bulk of the movie. Like, they're going through these traps and stuff. It ended up getting to Lionsgate, and they were like, hey, do you think you could turn this into a Saw sequel? And with some rewrites, it became Saw 2. Which I just find that interesting when movies do that. Like, Die Hard 3 was originally like a sequel to Speed, and then it became a sequel to Lethal Weapon at one point, and then it was based off of an original script called Simon Says, and then it became Die Hard 3. That's wild. But yeah. And it's what's crazy is how sometimes they feel like they fit in the franchise so perfectly, like this. Or Simon Says ends up being Die Hard with a Vengeance, which is, for my money, the second best Die Hard. So, but what do you guys think of our other characters here that are floating around? We have super angry roided guy.
Yeah.
He's a drug dealer.
Not a fan of that
guy sucks. Xavier, that's his name, Xavier. Then there's Jonas, who is kind of like the calmest one, right, of the group.
Yeah.
The leader. You have Addison and Laura, who are the two females, and then you have Obi, who is like, we find out, kidnapped the one girl for Jigsaw. And then you have Dina Meyer as Carrie, who is the other detective that's trying to talk Donnie Wahlberg into some sense. What do you think of this ensemble?
I think they're...
Go ahead, Lydia.
I don't know. I think they're... I think they're fine. Yeah, go ahead, Derek. I don't know. I don't know my thoughts yet.
Well, you got the one girl from Seventh Heaven,
Yes.
which I was like, wait a second, I made sure. And then the rest of them are just kind of like, I mean, there's not a lot of development. We get, every one of them has been to jail, so that's like a little breadcrumb. And then, come to find out the thing they have all in common is the one child who's amongst them, which, by the way, if you are a criminal and you find out that, like, this kid's dad put you away, I mean, I don't know, these people are probably not the the most upstanding of citizens, but, like, how are you going to, potentially hurt that child? Anyway.
Yeah, it's like, it has nothing to do with him at all.
Yeah. And so it's interesting. The character development, or lack thereof, does not help at all. They're just really rats in a maze.
They're stereotypes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the performances are pretty good for the most part. None of them are bad. There's not any bad performances in here, I don't think, except for maybe Roid Guy. But he's not, like, atrocious or anything.
Yeah, like, I don't think he was, like, bad. It's just, like, his character just sucks.
Yeah, his character
Sorry,
is really a problem. Because he's just such a dumbass moron. You just hate everything about him.
Yeah, it's like the moral of it I really like, because it's like, if you could all just come together and work together. Like,
yeah, you would have got out of that.
I just love that, like, aspect of it. It's like, just, if people could just come together and fix the problems.
Yeah, if they would have stopped and thought for 5 seconds, which is what was it. I mean, I know they were all poisoned and what have you.
Yes, yeah.
But
and that would definitely hinder your ability to think straight.
Yeah, and you're also in this heightened situation and everything. But like, some of the characters are trying. Like, what's his face? Jonas. Mm-hmm. He's trying to, like, hey, let's. The tape said this. Let's figure this out. And then you have Xavier, who's all like, what the fuck, guy? Just take 2 fucking steps back. Yeah. Think for a second. And so that brings us to the traps. And because here's the thing. Saw 2 is not scary. Like, I don't even know if it even could class. There's only like 1 jump scare in the movie. The rest of it is supposed to be gross out tension. These are suspense films. The first 2 movies are suspense films.
Yeah.
Like 100%. With the trappings of horror because of, like, the mutilations that happen. And what's crazy is how tame these are. Comparatively, like, when you think, like, in your imagination, you're like, oh, these are gnarly stuff happens. And then they're like, some stuff happens, but it's not, like, wild, right?
Yeah. Like, Jake had a friend over, and I was like, oh, do you want to watch Saw 2 with us? And he was like, no, that's too spooky for me. I was like, it's really not.
Yes. So, let's rewind a little bit before we get into the... Well, I guess this will work. We're going to talk about the traps. What do you guys think of the opening of the movie? With the key behind the eye and the death mask.
This is where I was really studying, like, the way that this movie was going to go down. Because this is, like, your taste of, like, what you're in for. Yeah. And it's like, it really doesn't show anything. It shows the idea of something scary happening. It doesn't really show much. Like, I liked it, though. I still like it.
Yeah, gotta get that MPAA rating, man. I mean,
yeah. Yep, absolutely.
What'd you think,
and it's
Derek?
effective. It's effective because people remember it being so super scary. But it's like, they didn't really show much.
I don't know that I could cut my eyeball out. I would probably get the, Leonardo DiCaprio face.
Yeah,
Iron Mask.
But, yeah. But I don't know that I could cut my own eyeball out. You're right. You do get the sense of, like, the editing in this movie, but...
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it leads to setting up the rest of the movie, but it's...
It does. It's not just a disconnected death, which is nice.
Yeah.
It leads into everything else. There's that
Although I
one-
will say, real quick, the cliche thing that I was like, well, later on where he doesn't take like the, that character of Jigsaw, why? And maybe I missed this. Why did he cut out a piece of a fucking puzzle? And maybe it was symbolic as to like this
Oh,
guy
he
is
said-
part of the
It's
puzzle.
Yes.
symbolic, yeah.
He'd said it's because it shows that each person is missing a part of themselves. Like they're missing the humanity, basically.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then they're like, well, that's stupid because you're Jigsaw. Basically, I think it was a retcon to try to figure out, you know what I mean? Like, that he does this
Yeah,
thing, what does he
it
do?
was just
But-
I don't hate it.
But, no, I think the opening scene's fine, too. There is one point that does make me laugh in it, though, where he, like, when it's getting to the thing, he, like, and, like, does those crossfades. He's like, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, yeah. I was
Also-
kind of thinking. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Why did he pull himself away from the thing to, like, start the contraption?
They
I don't
always
think he
do.
knew it was connected to the clock.
Yeah, they always
But-
like
I just
trigger
feel
something.
like he thought he was-
accidentally.
And see it. I don't know. I was like,
He's probably
It
like
was
drugged
dark.
too, like waking up from some kind of drugs.
and then it starts, and then yeah, it's a pretty decent opening scene. But let's get to the rest of the traps. So the first trap, the door trap.
Ooh, yeah,
What do you guys think of this one?
that's a bad one. It's a pretty nasty surprise.
Yep.
Don't
Gun
put
on the
the
other
key in
side.
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
I
they put
agree.
the key in there because they
Dude,
do it
what's-
every time.
What's really wild is that he finds the note that says, "Do not use this key." Everybody's like, oh, "Okay, let's not use this key." And then he says, "I don't care what it says. Let's use the key." You're like, "Are you fucking dense?" Like, what are
He
you-
is. He
What?
is. Yeah.
You had to say, don't use the key on the door.
No,
Yeah.
it said it on the note that the key was wrapped in. Do not use this
Oh.
key on the door. And he throws
Yeah,
it
that's what I'm
down and
saying.
says, "I don't need this." And he does it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because everybody
it's all
else was like,
testosterone.
"Let's not use this." Yeah, it's all those roids, I guess. So
that
yeah,
was a big dude.
So what about the fire trap?
Bad.
Yeah, I
Bad,
couldn't
bad,
think
bad.
of a worse way to go than that one. That was probably
No, that's
the
pretty
worst.
rough. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah, truly.
I'm confused on one thing though.
Like, how was that supposed to work?
Well, I think I know how it was supposed to work, but like I know how he was supposed to escape, I think. But what? So there's because each of these traps are supposed to be escapable. That's the point of them, right?
Yeah.
Is if you do the thing that needs to be done, you will survive. And there's a like a turn handle, like a knob
Yeah.
that says, twist this.
Yeah.
And he doesn't, because you have to reach through the flames. I think that was the way to escape. I think if he did that, it would turn off the gas, maybe,
I was wondering that too, yeah. It
because
probably was.
it just shows that, and then that's it. Because he never reaches for it or anything. So I'm guessing that's how you escape that one, right?
I would think so, yeah.
I would imagine,
Because
yeah.
I was thinking like maybe he just shouldn't have pulled that.
Well, he definitely shouldn't have pulled the other one down. I
But
mean,
but how would he know not to
Well,
pull that? It didn't say not to
because-
pull it.
I
Right?
would know not to pull it because I'm in a fucking furnace, and I got
I would
one
be
down.
so careful. I'd be like,
Yes. Yeah. I'd
Yeah,
be like,
with
I don't want. I mean,
everything.
we just watched a dude get his head blown off because he stuck a key into the door they wasn't supposed to. I think I'd probably be very careful about doing anything. And then we get the most infamous scene in the movie, the scene that when I was younger creeped me out the most, which is, and it still kind of does if you think about it, is the needle pit scene.
I love this scene so much.
Oh yeah.
I have a
This has
phobia
gotta
of
be my
needles.
favorite scene.
I don't love needles. I used to have before I started getting, before the pandemic and stuff. I was deathly afraid of needles. And then, once I had to get shots and stuff like that, I got less. It was more I would just go, not look. But I still don't love needles. So when I first saw this, first time I saw the needle scene, it really, I was like, oh no. And
Yeah.
you don't know if they're dirty needles.
They're definitely dirty.
It's just like,
You
oh
can
my
just see
God.
that they're dirty. Like, they're covered in, like... Yeah, they're not new.
Yeah, it's a pretty effective bit. The fact that that old asshole throws her in it, what a dickhead.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I would have, if I were the other people, I would have thrown his ass in there too. Like,
Yeah, but he's so
Yeah,
big.
come on. I
Yeah,
don't
but
I
there's
thought the
more of
same
them
thing.
than him.
I know, I
Yeah,
thought the same
that's what
thing.
I'm
I was
saying.
like, oh, I would go in there and push him in, and I was like, no, because then he would grab me and throw me in too. Because that was a big dude. He was the biggest one there.
I would have tried
Yeah,
to take
he
that
had-
gun off the wall and shot him in the face.
Yeah, like that. Oh, yeah, like I would be taken down for sure, one way or another.
And so she is the person who gets thrown in there is part of this whole
yeah.
setup. Like,
Yeah. And she
how
goes for it.
fucking nuts do you have to be to, like, put yourself in a position where you're surrounded by these people who are notorious for bad deeds?
Well,
I don't know.
The thing is that they're not supposed to be, right? Like, most of them all of them got framed by Donnie Wahlberg's character, by Matthews.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
And I mean, that's what started their. That's what started them on whatever path. That's what started her on her path. She didn't use until she was in jail, and she was busted for possession because he planted drugs on her. So each of these people had been, and that's not to say they weren't angels before. They were obviously in a situation that put them in some sort of way, but they weren't, criminals.
That's fair. But still,
Some
she's
of them
nuts.
were. He was. Well, Xavier was, because he had been
Yeah.
busted for other things, I do believe. But, I think, you're right. Obviously, you have to be crazy to be put in a position. But also, she knows, like, the back doors out of these traps, right? Like, she would know how to complete each trap. And that's why she doesn't have a tape there for her. That's why she isn't in the middle of these. She just gets thrown into the needle trap, and she has to do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
But old boy sucks so much. She goes through the needle trap, finds the key to open it, and he still doesn't get there in time because he drops it like 4 times because he's an idiot.
Yep.
So yeah, that trap, and then the other trap is the this one I always remember too, is her reaching through the glass. I don't know how she was supposed to escape that one. I don't know what that one is, but
Yeah, that one seemed like more like bait.
yeah. I mean, it
And I
seems like
think
you
that
should-
one was, like, Jake was even saying, like, that one seemed like it was designed for Amanda because
Amanda?
she was, abusing
Self-harming?
herself. Yeah. And
But she was doing that under
That would-
Jigsaw's direction, though.
and that's what I was trying to figure out. Was she voluntarily put in there, or did he throw her in there to, like, prove
No,
himself?
I think she was definitely voluntary. She was definitely there because she needed to be the one to get the boy out. It was always, the goal was always to get Daniel out of the trap. Because he is an innocent kid. And he's just there to make Matthews play the game. That's the only reason he's there. So that's why she worked so hard to protect him throughout the rest. Plus, I mean, he's a kid. But that's why she worked so hard to protect him after he kills everybody else with trying to find, I don't know why he didn't just say, hey, what's the number? Or just go up to them and look at the back of their necks to see what the numbers were. But he decides murder is the way to do it, to get into
That's
the
the
safe.
frustrating part about the whole thing is, like, you're just ask nice.
Yeah. So, her trap's pretty interesting, yeah. And then, we get the the kind of coalescing of the two timelines. Because at this point, editorially, we're to believe that these two events are happening simultaneously, right?
Mm-hmm.
And did you remember that they weren't, Derek?
Nope.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah,
Nope.
I did. I remembered immediately. I remembered the ending too. But I was like, I kind of forgot different pieces of how it gets there. But yeah, it always makes me laugh when he comes over and he just starts like beating the shit out of him. Because what's so frustrating if literally he would have just stayed there for a few more minutes, it all would have been gone, and he'd be like, "Oh no, you can arrest me now." But because he had Amanda to be his accomplice or his, continue on his legacy afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But so, what's really interesting is that he, after he beats the shit out of him and everything, Derek, when did you know that they weren't at the same time? When the end happened?
When it fucking got revealed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I didn't know until they uncovered the things and realized it was a recording.
On my first watch, I realized it it wasn't there. It was towards the end. It was before the reveal happened. I was like, wait a minute. Because he's like, I'm going to take you there. I was like, I bet you that's a tape. And then especially when he's walking through the house and then it's making it seem like he's hearing noises and he's going for them because they're editing the running and stuff. And I was like, no. If he was hearing this screaming and running, he'd run through the house to that area. So this is got to be what's happening. I was right.
I mean, I guess at that point, yeah, like because it's the, I don't know, maybe it was that room. I'll just go with that. Yeah,
but so
I remembered pretty much all of it. All of that happened. But I've seen this probably a couple times since the first time I saw it. So,
basically, there's like a hidden door under the safe that they go down, and that leads to the Saul room from the first movie, which is a big like moment in the movie when that happens. They want it to be a big moment in the movie.
Yeah, they desperately wanted it to be a big moment. They
desperately want it to be like a huge moment that we're like, because they start playing the Saul theme, and then we start getting cuts from the movie. We hear audio from the first movie. And it's really interesting because this movie came out in 2005. Saul came out in 2004. It's been less than a year. It makes it seem like this is like one of those like legacy sequel things, where you're like, oh, wow. But they really want us to get nostalgic for a movie that just came out. But, so that's the big reveal, is they're in the same area. And we see like the dead guy, and we see the toilet, we see all the classic stuff.
The foot.
The rotting foot.
The foot that hasn't rotted nearly as much as the other bodies.
Yep, the rotted foot, and then we see, all that stuff. And then, of course, they kill old boy, finally. Xavier finally gets his comeuppance, and then we find out, oh, go ahead, Derek.
After his crazy ass cuts a chunk of his skin off and then puts it in his fucking pocket, like, I'll just sew that on later.
Yeah, so that way he's like, oh yeah, I can read that. I need to read that note. And by the way, I hope he thinks hopefully he has a good memory, because he's just like killing people and looking at their numbers.
Oh,
100% would forget. And you don't know what order
the guy who, well, not only that, but did the guy who got burned up in the furnace not have one?
Yes, he did.
Or
he goes and visits
because he climbed out. Remember?
Yeah, he did. Okay, he did check his tag. Okay.
Yeah, he checked his neck. Yeah. Yeah, he checked his.
He was like halfway out of the furnace.
Yeah.
I didn't see where he checked his neck. Okay.
Yeah, he checks his neck.
Ugh.
I'm sure he did. I don't remember, and I don't think it matters because, like you said, it's like you wouldn't possibly know what order to put those numbers in.
I mean, you try tons, and you're running out of time.
You have like 2 hours, 3 hours tops, and you're gone. Like they're all coughing up blood the whole time they're in there.
Correct.
I mean, the one girl, the 7th Heaven girl, straight up dies before anything even gets to happen to her. She's just like...
Yeah, she just succumbs to the
poison.
nerd gas. Yeah, the nerd poisoning.
Which is terrifying.
Yeah. So...
You're muted, Derek.
You are definitely muted.
Son of a bitch. What I said was, not before she calls out X marks the spot randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is very funny. That one really is deadly. That bit. It's kind of deadly.
X marks the spot.
It was glass? It was like glass that was...
too on the...
Yeah, just broken glass. That one's a little too cryptic, probably. But,
and they used that in the first one.
Yeah.
With the X...
Oh, Jigsaw... That's what Jigsaw likes to do, man. He's kind of a one-trick pony. He's kind of a one-trick pony. So the very ending, when the big reveal happens, and we find out that they're not going on at the same time, and the timer ends and the safe opens and he's in the safe because he tells him he's in a safe place, and then he's in the safe, and then
the detective work.
Yep, and then the detective himself. Matthews is trapped, and guys, so he walks in, he sees somebody in the tub.
Yeah.
He puts his gun away to check this tub.
Yeah, I would too. You need both hands to make sure you're son out. I'd have been kicking the body. Hey, is that you? Hey.
Yeah. Bang,
Shoot
bang!
his leg just in case.
Raise up.
Your son, he's young, he'll heal.
But yeah,
I can't with the police in this movie.
Oh, they're terrible. They're beyond terrible. And especially old SWAT guys.
They didn't even check the drawer.
Dude, that's what I know. When that part happens, it fucking drove me crazy. He's like, check the brown desk's bottom drawer. And I'm like, you mean you came in there and you didn't fucking start looking through things? Though, supposedly it's a crime scene. So take pictures and fucking start investigating. What are you doing?
Yeah. Like, it's active. You can touch stuff at this point,
yes.
I'm pretty sure. The guy is still there.
Yeah, he's there. So, cracks me up, makes me laugh so hard. And then, so there's that one, then there...
I scratched my beard. I was scratching my beard, you guys.
But, so, that one makes me laugh. And then, like I said, him putting his gun away. But, and then we get the big ending and everything, with her saying game over and we end. But the thing that makes me laugh the hardest, if you think about it, it kind of doesn't make sense. So, you mean to tell me he's been in that safe the whole time? They haven't checked any of the area, and most importantly, the kid didn't make a single sound?
I think he was drugged, because he was woozy whenever they finally popped open, which was oxygen.
But yeah, he had his oxygen, but you don't think he would have made any sort of noises?
I think the light woke him up.
It's just like...
He was like... Yeah, for sure.
My suspension of disbelief only stretches so far. And that one is almost a bridge too far, almost. I like the reveal that, he's safe, but it's like, he's literally in the same room as you guys. Couldn't it have been like you hear a noise in another room, or there's a secret hidden room, and you find him, but it's like, he's literally right there, and you guys didn't say, hey, what's the combination for this safe? What's in this safe? Nothing.
They didn't look around at all.
No, they did no police work. They did zero police work.
That makes me more mad
film
than
detectives.
Anything. The fact that the whole thing was like on a elevator. Like the whole kitchen was literally on an elevator and nobody was
elevator loft. When it probably goes this fast, but when it's in Saw goes
yeah, they're like, oh my gosh.
Down, 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 and it starts playing the Saw music. That face! Look at that face! It looks like you smelled a fart.
I didn't fart.
I know you didn't fart. You yawned for the 7,000th time. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of funny. But, I can roll with it. I think it's a clever. I do like the idea, the twist of them being on separate times, and if he just would have literally sat down and did what John Kramer told him to do, which is just all you have to do is talk to me, and you'll get your son. If he would have done that, or at least they would have done proper police questioning or anything, then they would have avoided all of the stuff. He would have been alive, and his son would be alive. So.
Now I'm yawning.
Yeah, I know. Derek's fighting it over there. I can see him. But what do you guys think?
What did we give the first Saw movie? I'm curious.
Let's see.
I need to
here.
know before I form an opinion.
I think the movie, looks good. By the way, it doesn't have that that look that happens later in some of the sequels. You know what I'm talking about? And I mean, you still get some shots that have that filter, that kind of washed out look. But then, when the stuff in the house looks good, I think. And it's not... The stuff in the house isn't crazily edited, really. It's whenever it's transitions. There's also, there's one transition shot I really want to talk about, which I think is pretty cool. But which is where he gets up, he puts on his jacket, and we transition to the next scene, him walking.
Yes.
It's all in one fluid scene. I was like, that's such a director's trick. That's such one of those, check this out. I was like, cool. That's a cool move, Darren. I like that one.
Yep.
I thought that was good. All right, Derek, what did we give the first Saw?
Lydia gave it a 10, and you and I gave it 9s.
Oh, we really liked Saw.
It's so good.
I don't like this one as much as the first one. I will say that up front.
Yeah, for sure.
Derek, you want to start?
Yeah, so... I'm thinking, this movie it's not as good as the original. Yeah, the editing was really bad. Some of the acting towards the end was
especially from either. Donnie when he starts punching Jigsaw in the
when he's throwing him around in the when they're in the warehouse, that's fine, but the car scene is just terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, this movie is this movie's weird. And the whole him having cancer, and really it's just his way of giving back to the community and allowing them to experience the precious essence of life and appreciate it. I kind of it's a great deed he's doing. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I don't know. It's not as good as the original, obviously, but it's okay.
Yeah, what do you think, Lydia?
Yeah, I'm right around there too. Oh man, it's crazy, but yeah, this movie is just somehow not as good as the first one. The fact that I gave it a 10, and I'm looking at this one, and I'm like, this isn't anywhere near a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, but is it that much different? But I guess it is. So, I think I'm going to give this one a 6.5. I don't think it was super duper scary. It was just...
definitely, yeah.
It was just... It's a good movie, though. It's a good
fun.
movie. It's fun, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm right between both of you guys. I'm going to give it a 7. I think it's good. I think it's fun. Has some really creative traps. Has some really creative setup and payoff. I do like that stuff. I think that's really good. And it was unique when it came out. The editing and stuff, that was novel. It just didn't age well these days. Because it's just too much. It's too much. and now it's like laughable. You're like, what is going on? But then it was edgy and cool. You see, it was innovative. Speed ramps, especially, were huge in Saw movies, and there's some of that in the first movie. There's some speed ramps in the first Saw movie.
Yeah.
But the mystery is tighter. The plot is tighter because it's just straight up a mystery suspense thriller. We don't know what's going on. This one is more of gets into like slasher / torture porn territory, right? So we're starting to get into what the middle Saw movies become. From like Saw 3 to 6 is like, you go for the traps essentially. Because the story becomes fucking wild by the time we get to the end. It's like just so convoluted. You're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But here it's still elegant, simple. It's really clever to incorporate Amanda into it. I think that he did a great job with that as a connective tissue, so it's just not Jigsaw. What the hell was that?
I don't know what that was. I
was
heard
weird.
that. That was
But
strange.
that way, you have her as the connective tissue, and all of that sort of stuff, I think, works really well and makes it a really worthy sequel. It's not like a sequel where you're like, man, whoa, pew-wee. It's, I think it's worthy. It's a fine sequel. I don't think you could have made a better direct follow-up to Saw than Saw 2 is. I think it kind of, it escalates things the appropriate amount, I think. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right, guys.
I'm trying to think, does this movie make me like the first movie better?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. I think it makes me like it just the same. I don't think this movie hurts the reputation of these movies, though. Like I said, it's not like going from, kills to ends, right? Like, that's like where you're like, oh, this is completely different thing. Out of nowhere.
Yeah. Is it like
same.
going from Jurassic Park to The Lost World?
I think it's more like Jurassic Park to Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah,
honestly.
okay. That makes me feel better about my rating.
Because Jurassic Park... Because here's the secret, guys. We haven't reviewed it yet, but The Lost World fucking slaps.
It's so good. And that's a good sequel.
It slaps. It's one of the best sequels. But,
yes.
Fight me if you don't think so. And we'll review it eventually.
Yeah.
But that wraps up Saw 2. Electric Boogaloo. Guys, it's time to Atkinize this movie. Who would Tom Atkins play?
Thrill me.
Wahlberg.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, can you imagine? This movie might have been as good as Saw 1.
This would be a 10.
Yeah. He has tons of screen time, gets to do a bunch of cool stuff, gets to punch people in the face.
He'd be having more cigarettes and more beer, probably.
Oh, yeah. Some Miller Lights thrown in there for sure.
Yeah.
I like it. That's a good one. All right. Lydia, it's your turn to pick.
Oh, yes.
Correct?
Yeah, I think so.
It is.
Yeah.
What are we watching next week?
So, I have been thinking about some Stephen King movies.
Mm-hmm. Because it is.
Oh, we'll be in September.
It is
Stinker
Stinker
Even Stink Timber.
Yep. And so
Doesn't
there's
sound
one...
good when you say it like that.
There's one that I've never seen that
Okay.
has been brought up a lot lately around me, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick it. And it
Lawnmower
is
Man?
called... What is it? Lawnmower Man? No.
I said Lawnmower Man.
No. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't.
It's not a Stephen King movie, by the way. Not anymore.
Okay, well, that's not the one I was gonna pick anyway, so it's okay. But I'm going to pick Needful Things.
Oh, good one. Needful Things. Have you seen if that's streaming anywhere?
I have not. I hope it is.
Derek,
though,
are you looking
because
right now?
No, I was writing it down, so...
Oh. I'll look. Needful Things.
It's streaming at all of the usual places
Yeah,
as
so
far
it's
as
not
paying for it.
Yeah, so it's not streaming anywhere. So, but it is available on YouTube, Amazon, Apple TV, Fandango, no Fubo, unfortunately. That's some bullshit right there. So yeah,
We need to start doing like a month of just Fubo movies.
Fubo exclusives. Get those Fubo exclusives. So Needful Things is streaming on all those. That's a good one. I haven't seen that in a long time. Have you ever seen this, Derek?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Ed
I get
Harris.
the premise of it,
Yep.
but
It's a good one. It's a good one. Haven't seen it in a long time. Needful Things, start of Stephen King month, or as we call it here, Stinker King Tober. Right? Is that
Timber.
it? Stinker King Timber?
Stephen
Yeah.
King Timber.
His birthday.
Yes.
Stephen
Month.
King Timber. I like that. I like that. That's why didn't we call it? I think we didn't call it that because we were watching like terrible movies of his.
I think it's because you guys just started calling it Stinker King Tober, and I was like, why are we calling it that? Stinker King Timber. And I was like, why are we doing this? And then
I
you
like
thought it was
it.
funny. You thought
I
it was
think
funny
it's
that I
cute.
hated it, so you just kept it.
I think it's just like a funny, stupid thing.
So
I love
yeah,
it.
Stephen King Timber.
Stinker King
is,
Timber was what we used to call it.
Yeah, Stinker King Timber. Yep.
Yep.
So this month is Stephen King films only. So we're kicking it off with Needful Things. So guys, that is our show for today. So be sure to comment down below on your thoughts on Saw 2. Tell us what you think about how it holds up compared to the first one. Tell us below what movies you want us to watch. Give us some suggestions after September, because, you know, we're locked into about 4 King movies now. But after September, let us know what you want us to
What
watch.
are the best Halloween movies that we
Yep.
need to cover?
Get
that
us
we
some of
haven't
those. Because, I mean, spoiler alert, we're definitely going to throw a Halloween movie in there. So that'd be actually H2O, right? We're on H2O, so that'll be
Yep.
coming up. But yeah, comment down below on what you think. Also, be sure to check out the opening scene. It's at the end of this. You can find it on the card. And, you know, follow us online at Facebook at HiLa Productions. You can follow us at HiLaProductions.com, where you'll get all your news regarding upcoming projects, especially the feature that we are currently working on, Secret Admirer. So, that is our show, guys. So until next week, for Derek Lemaster and Lydia Judy, I'm Jimmy Hiles. Remember, if you're going to scream bloody movies.